Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read it. Godlike Achilles gloried over him. Hector, surely you thought when you stripped Patroclus' armor that you would be safe, never a fear of me, fed from the fighting as I was. You fool, left behind there, down by the big ships, his great avenger waited. A greater man by far, that man was I, and I smashed your strength, and you, the dogs and the birds will maul you, shame your cubs, while Achaeans bury my dear friend in glory. Struggling for breath, Hector, his helmet flashing, said, I beg you by your life, your parents, do not let the dog devour me by the Argive ships. Wait, take the princely ransom of bronze and gold, the gift my father and noble mother will give you. But give my body to friends to carry home again, so children man and children woman can do me honor with fitting rites of fire once I'm dead. Staring grimly, the proud round Achilles answered, Beg no more, your fawning dog begging me by my parents. Would do God my rage. My fury would drive me now to beg your flesh away and eat you raw. Such agonies you have caused me. Ransom? No man alive could keep the dog pegs off you, nor if they haul in 20 times that ransom, and pile it here before me and promise fortune more. No, not even if dead and Priam should offer to weigh out your bulk in gold. Not even then will your noble mother lay you on your deathbed, mourn the son she bore. The dogs and birds will rend you, blood and bone. At the point of death, Hector, his helmet flashing, said, I know you well, I see my fate before me, never a chance that I could win you over. Iron inside of your chest, that heart of yours, but now beware, or my curse will draw God's wrath upon your head. That day when Paris and the Lord Apollo, for all your fighting hearts, destroy you at the Shrine gates. Death cut him short, and the end closed in around him, flying free of his limbs. His soul went winging down to the house of death, wailing his fate, leaving his manhood far behind. His young and supple strength, but brilliant Achilles, taunted Hector's body, dead as he was. Die, die. From my own death I will meet it freely, whenever Zeus and the other deathless god would like to bring it on. With that he wrenched his bronze spear from the corpse, laid it aside and ripped the bloody armor off the back. And the other son of Achaea, running up around him, crowded closer, all of them, gazing wonder-struck at the build and the marvelous, lethal beauty of Hector. And not a man came forward who did not stab his body. Glancing toward the comrade, laughing, look here, how much softer he is to handle now, this Hector, than when he gutted our ships with roaring fire. Standing over him, so they did gloat and stab his body, but once he had stripped the corpse, and the proud round Achilles took his stand in the midst of all the Argive troops, and urged them on with a flight of winged orders. Friends, lords of the Argives, all my captains, now that the god has let me kill this man, who causes us agonies, loss and crushing loss, more than the rest of all their men combined. Come, let us ring their walls in royal armor, test them, see what recourse the Trojans still may have in mind. Will they abandon the city heights with its men fallen, or brace for a last, dying stand through Hector's gone? But wait, what am I saying? Why this deep debate? Down by the ships, a body lies unburied, buried. Patroclus, I will never forget him, not as long as I'm still among the living, and my springing knees will lift and drive me on. Though the dead forget their dead in the house of death, I will remember, even there, my dear companion. Now, come, you son of Achaea, raise a song of triumph. Down to the ships we march and bear this corpse on high. We have won ourselves great glory. We have brought magnificent Hector down. That man the children glorified in their city like a god. So he triumphed, and now he was bent on outrage, on shaming noble Hector, piercing the tendons, ankles to heel, behind both feet. He knotted the strap of rawhide through them both, had lashed them to his chariot, left the head to drag, and mounting the car, hoisting the famous arm abroad. He whipped his team to a run and breakneck on they flew, holding nothing back. And a thick cloud of dust rose up from the man they dragged, his dark hair swirling around. That head so handsome once, all tumbled low in the dust, since Zeus had given him over to his enemy now, to be defiled in the land of his own fathers. So his whole dead was dragged down in the dust. Now his mother began to tear her hair. She flung her shining veil to the ground and raised a high, shattering scream, looking down at her son. Pitifully his loving father groaned, and around the king his people cried with grief, and wailing seized the city. For all the world, as if all Troy were torched and smouldering, down from the looming brows of the citadel to her roots. Priam's people could hardly hold the old man back. Frantic, mad to go rushing out the Dadan gates, he begged them all, groveling in the filth, crying out to them, calling each man by name, "Let go, my friends. Much as you care for me, let me hurry out of the city, make my way, all on my own, to Achilles' waiting ships. I must implore that terrible, violent man. Perhaps, who knows, he may respect my age, may pity an old man. He has a father too, as old as I am. Peleus sears him at once. Peleus reared him to be the scourge of Troy, but most of all to me he made my life a hell. So many sons he slaughtered, just coming into bloom, but grieving for all the rest. One breaks my heart, and the most unstabbing grief for him will take me down to death. My Hector, would to God he had perished in my arms. Then his mother, who bore him, oh so doomed, she and I, could glut ourselves with grief." So the voice of the king raging out in tears, the citizens wailing in answer. Noble Hecuba led the wives of Troy in throbbing chant of sorrow. "O my child, my desolation, how can I go on leave? What agony must I suffer now you are dead and gone? You were my pride throughout the city nights and day, a blessing to us all. The men and women of Troy, throughout the city, they salute you like a god. You were their greatest glory where you lived. Now death and fate had seized you, dragged you down." I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.